What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Boogie10988 coming at you live once again. Today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about Diablo 3, besides the obvious whining and complaining that I've done, or that Francis has done more specifically. I wanted to talk about the game properly. But first we should talk about the controversy. We should talk about the fact that the game itself is very good. But the decision to have this always-on DRM, make sure that you always have to be connected to the server, that your characters are stored on their database, that our servers have to be up to play, is a collection of design decisions that I understand why they made. I get it. I know that they needed to monetize the game. I know they needed to make the real-life auction house, the money auction house, a very real thing to earn them money so that they could keep their servers up for the next decade or two. I get that. And they had to make sure that it was secure, so... but I still don't understand why that doesn't lead to a single-player version of the game. And that seems like a very bad decision. Specifically, within the last week, we've had the servers down almost more than they've been up. That is a very frustrating situation. And because they're connected with the rest of Blizzard's servers, I'm often worried that while World of Warcraft is down, or StarCraft is down, or other games that I want to play are down, I won't be able to enjoy this game to pass the time while I'm waiting for World of Warcraft to come back up. So it's a frustrating situation overall, and I just don't understand what the downside of letting me have a single player version of the game is. Is it piracy? Are you guys that afraid of piracy? Is it that you want to create more customers for the auction house and get more people using the auction house? Was it a matter of security to keep people from item duping? Well, really, what was the concern? But I digress. Otherwise, the game is absolutely fantastic. I played it very much multiplayer, popping into other people's games seamlessly, or them popping into mine. Even though we've been as far as 5 or 10 levels apart, the game has played just perfectly. It's balanced itself out so that nobody feels bored. I don't even know what the balancing structure is, but it's nice. The loot system is absolutely fantastic again. And while I find things like the gym house, the blacksmith, these things to be a little underwhelming, I've actually really enjoyed the gold auction house quite a bit. In fact, I'll show you here. My weapon, my barbarian, level 24, is using 2 weapons. I haven't even gemmed them yet. He's using 2 weapons that are 34 damage, 32 damage, whereas what I found in the game so far has been considerably underwhelming compared to that. And it's been nice because I've put up a few rares that I was not going to use in the auction house and sold them and got items that I will use, and it's really made the game a lot more exciting. Because when I find a rare that I don't want, it doesn't just end up at a vendor. And someone out there is going to enjoy it, and I'm going to get something in exchange for me to enjoy. And of course, I'm still doing the same thing that I've always done in these kinds of games. I farm for my friends, find items that I can give them and share with them, and they can really enjoy trading items amongst ourselves and having a good time. I played 3 distinct classes, and I played all 5 in beta, but I played 3 distinct classes so far here in live, and they all play drastically differently. So far, I'm really enjoying the Barbarian because of a lot of the classic abilities and skills that you'll remember from Diablo 2. The spin attack, the whirlwind, the stomps, the shouts, they're all here, and he's turned out to be absolutely fantastic. And while I have not beat the game proper, and I have not gone on to Hell level, or I have not gone on to Inferno level, I have friends who have, and they've told me that the fun just gets more and more intense, that the battles become more interesting, that the bosses become wilder and crazier. The elites are fantastic. Speaking of which, borrowed from the World of Warcraft system is an achievement system here, and if you were paying attention, you would have seen that I just received an achievement. And there's some really silly ones, like where, as the Barbarian, wear a couple of mighty items at the same time. It's stupid. But there are some really great achievements, including trying to collect all of the rare monsters in the game, finding the hard-to-find elites, that give the game a little bit of replay value that I think is exciting. How does the game stack up compared to Diablo 2? If I played Diablo 2, will I like Diablo 3? Well, a lot of people I know complained about, well, the game is too streamlined, it's too easy, it's too... But this very much is another Diablo game, and while I'm not putting stat points into my bar and hoping I don't get it wrong, while I do have a lot more of the easier, tool tips over on the side telling you exactly where to go and exactly what to do. Whereas the game is a little bit more for a modern day gamer than Diablo 2 was, I don't really mind that very much. And I thought that I might. I thought that I might be one of those purists, one of those elitists that found this a frustrating, upsetting experience. But I'm certainly not. And the reason I'm not is because I've got people playing this game with me that would have never otherwise touched a game like Diablo 2. People who I enjoy gaming with, people that I enjoy playing with. And I'll go as far as to say that that might actually be one of my favorite features of the game. Exactly how streamlined it is. Exactly how fun it is and easy it is to play. How seamlessly everything goes throughout the game. Like, for example, instead of sitting there staring at a discussion screen or reading a page, whenever I find a book in this game or whenever I discover something that gives a piece of lore, over here in the bottom right corner there will be a little chat box, and the game will read to you, tell you a little story about the monster you're fighting, about the book you picked up, while you're still seamlessly fighting. Town portal is still here, so you hop back to town, you take care of what you need to take care of, and you can do it almost instantly. There's very little downtime, there's very little bullshit, there's very little problems with the game, as far as I can tell. In fact, with the exception of the game being online, with the exception of the game being a unavailable part of the time, with the exception of the fact that there's latency issues occasionally, and if my internet's down, I'm not going to be able to play this game, and oh my god, that's an epic fight. And look, we got a rare out of it too. With the exception of the whole multiplayer server thing, I think it's practically the perfect game. Now, I may say something different a month from now when I've maxed out a couple of characters, and they're just now bringing PvP online, and I'm getting frustrated with Inferno mode, but I can tell you for certain that I'm going to get my 40 hours of gameplay, and if you guys don't know this, that's pretty much my argument for any game. If I can get about 40 hours of gameplay out of a game, I spend about 75 cents an hour for entertainment. That's pretty good. I'm certainly going to get my 40 hours out of Diablo 3. I've already gotten that, actually, across 3 different characters, playing with my friends. So, do I recommend the game? Yes, do I recommend the game? Absolutely. I think it's something that, if you don't try, you're gonna be missing out on a piece of gaming history. Do you want to take a stand and say, well, no to always online DRM? Do you want to take a stand and say, I don't want to be involved in a game that has a real money auction house? I understand that. I think that's a fantastic point of view, and if that's the point of view that you have, more power to you. I hope that you can stand on your laurels, and I hope that overall it can make you really happy at the end of the day. But if this is the kind of game that interests you, and you can get over those stupid decisions that they've made, then this is the game for you. Do I think you should hold out for Torchlight 2? Well, I say play both. If you can only pick one, I might consider Diablo 3 because I haven't played Torchlight 2. I never have gotten an invite to the beta, and while I would absolutely love to, I'm not even sure that I would take the time to play it right now, because the game that is obsessing me, the game that has my soul enveloped, the one that's absolutely making me lose sleep at night, is Diablo 3 right now. So I don't really know. I can't imagine the scenario. Oh god, son of a bitch! Oh, shut up! I almost died! Sorry, little Francis sneaking out on me. So yeah, I guess that's my final Diablo 3 review. I think it's fantastic. I think it's a game that you should invest in. I think it's a game that if you can get over the multiplayer bullshit, if you can get over the fact that you're rewarding bad design decisions, if you can get over the fact of always on DRM, if you can get over the fact that there's a real money auction house, the game itself, in its purest level, is absolutely fantastic. All right, talk to you soon.